What's up, guys? Broken Prophet here, and oh my God, it's like 4 degrees hotter than hell down here in Hoodoo Central 2.0, and there's bugs. I don't know if y'all can see the bugs. So what happens when you move into the country, right? Now I'm learning there's a difference between the South and the country. I keep telling y'all this, but anyway, so I was out here in the yard where it's hot because, of course, when it's hot, that's where you should be, right? Out in the yard. Stop eating grass. Anyway, so when it's hot, you go outside, right? Absolutely not. You should stay inside. Guys, we got record heat going around the country right now. Stay safe, stay inside. Do not be like me. But anyway, I was outside, and in Hoodoo Central 2.0, this tree was damaged in a fire, right? I didn't set the fire. This tree was damaged in the fire, and the limbs are overhanging. They're hanging over, and I don't want it to fall on the house because insurance will say it's an act of God, and they don't want to pay. But anyway, if you look, we're trying. Me and Mr. J are trying to get some of these limbs to fall that way. That's what you get when you eat leaves. Hoodoo dog's coughing up alone. But anyway, so we got this rope here and trying to like pull the broken limbs that way. Now, Mr. J started this project while I was off taking care of the business. Came back and I saw it. And when I saw the the rope hanging from the tree, I caught a chill. Seriously, I caught a chill. Just seeing that rope hanging from a tree, especially down here in the country in South Georgia. And y'all can probably guess why. And I'm like, whew, is that a spirit? And that got me thinking about all the times you guys come to me and you think that something is a spiritual activity. Spirit is reaching out to you. Spirit is trying to do this. And I'm like, phew, Lord. While I'm trying to decide if I caught that chill because it's a spirit or just because, just thinking about what happened here in the South to our ancestors, I decided, why don't we do a video letting you know 5 things that lets you know when spirits are actually reaching out to you so that you guys can stop guessing. All right, but let's go inside. All right, y'all. It is hot as sin out there. Please allow me to reiterate, if you don't have to be out during this heat wave, don't be out. I know I say get out of nature, but listen, the good Lord gave us some common sense as well. Stay inside, stay cool, get you a cool beverage. Speaking of which, cool beverage, and just relax. Take nature's example, guys. And if you look outside, we're the animals. They somewhere in the shade laying down. Rest. But anyway, and also check on your people. This is a dangerous time, not only for your pets, check on them, but also check on the elderly. Make sure they're all right, y'all. This is a community. But, all right, so we are in here, and I decided to do this video because you guys expressed that you got so much value, and the numbers expressed it as well, that you got so much value out of my 5 things that will signal that you're a spiritual person. You guys liked that video, and you expressed that you got value from it. And I decided, well, let's do another 5 things video. But this one is going to be 5 signs that the spirit world or someone in the spirit world, could be an ancestor, whomever, is trying to contact you. And why did I decide to do this video? I decided on this topic because you guys have no idea how many of you text me, and I'm sure other spiritualists, spiritual leaders, whatever you want to call us, get the same thing. I see you guys posting it everywhere, that you have been or you feel like you've been contacted by this spirit. You feel like you've been contacted by that spirit, and a lot of times you haven't. You've either been watching American Horror Story, because I guarantee you, and you guys have probably been able to see this after American Horror Story Coven. Everybody been contacted by Papa Legba all of a sudden. Everybody. I had to burst this person's bubble. And I take no joy in that. I promise you guys I don't. I was expressing to someone that the hardest part, or one of the hard parts of being someone who likes to teach, I love to teach, is that you've got to unteach so much that people think that they already know. And this person felt that they were contacted by Papa Legba, and their reasoning was he came to them in a dream and looked exactly like he did on American Horror Story. Little did this person know, I educated them, that everyone who knew anything was upset by that portrayal because he looks nothing like that. No, nothing at all. So I said, you know what? Maybe if I let people know some things that they can watch out for, then they won't be assuming that everything is spiritual, because that is another thing that happens once people realize that spirituality is real. Hoodoo is real, voodoo is real, Palo, Orisha, it's all real. Now all of a sudden, everything is spiritual. Guys, sometimes dreams are just dreams. Sometimes you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning just because you read that it means something, and your body has a mechanism that if you think about it enough, it'll wake you up. It's the same mechanism that will cause you to wake up 10 minutes before your alarm clock goes off. It's science. That part is science. It is not spiritual. There are some times when that has spiritual significance, but most of the time, a dream is just a dream, and you see numbers because they're everywhere. I always use this example because someone told me a long time ago, and it stuck because y'all hear me say it a lot. This person was like, look at Oshun, she's always with me. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, why? And her reasoning was she sees the color yellow everywhere. And I'm like, it's a primary color, like yellow is everywhere. But she saw the color yellow first thing in the morning. Guess why, guys? The school buses. The school buses that run the same time every morning. And she had 2 kids. But to her, that was a sign from Oshun. All right, let me stop. But oh, guys, I've got like 4 kits left. Thank you to everyone who purchased a kit. More videos are coming to you guys. Thank y'all so much for supporting the project. And also, thank you to folks who donate. Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you, Kofi. Thank you so much. Your donations help to keep Hoodoo Central 2.0, the channel, and my vision alive. And I appreciate you guys so much. Let me go ahead and do the praying hands thing. Thank y'all so much. You are appreciated. And actually, I want everyone to look out because I am going to do cut. Oh, and also, guys, that purchase the kit, my first digital content video, everyone check the site. It's going to be there at my store under digital content. I'm giving you guys a fresh and powerful take. It's actually not a fresh take. It's new to you guys because I never released it before. But everyone talks about a freezer spell, and I spoke on it before, but I'm going to show you guys how to do freezer work. Not just a freezer spell, but how to do freezer work, because everyone is doing it all wrong and it's all cattywampus and it's not working for y'all. So we're going to talk about how to actually do freezer work. It is a digital download class. Just go click it. You get sent a link automatically, and then boom. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. All right. And those of you who bought the kits, y'all are getting it for free. So with that being said, let's get into this video. Okay. Number 1 on my list is something that is near and dear to me because it happens to me so frequently. Number one on my list of things that let you know that someone in the spiritual realm is trying to contact you is unexplained loss of things. I'm not talking about things get broken, that kind of loss. I'm talking about things just disappearing. Disappearing, and I mean, you don't have kids, you don't have ferrets. Here's my ferret, Sunshine. Sunshine, say hi to the Broken Army. Now, Sunshine, oh, ferret kisses. Sunshine, when she's out playing, Sunshine will grab shiny things and hide them. Those of you with ferrets know they will grab shiny things. Okay? So, if Sunshine is not taking my keys should be where I left them, right? There's nobody here that's going to take them and hide them. My car is out there, so it hadn't been stolen. I have not gotten tipsy and left my vehicle. Left my vehicle somewhere. My keys are just gone. But this is not just keys. You guys notice something is missing, n'est-ce pas? My hat. I have not been able to find my hat for like 3-4 days. I don't know where it is. I've looked for it. I've looked everywhere. Didn't find it. But guess what? I know it's going to turn up because it just likes to go traveling sometime. And I'm going to go and pull some cards, or maybe just go out to like my spiritual area, commune with them and see what exactly it is that they're trying to convey to me. Because a lot of times when we're moving and doing a lot of things, they will just take something to get your attention. Because we live in this world where everything is so fast paced that quite frankly, it's hard for them to get our attention. Even when folks attempt to meditate, because notice I say attempt to meditate, all you're really doing is just sitting there quietly thinking about a whole bunch of crap. It's not true meditation. You're just sitting there with your mind toiling. They can't get through. So as that in your face way to get our attention, they will just take stuff. And I wish they would bring my hat back though, because I just and they took my ball cap. I don't know. But if you find that happening and there's no logical explanation for it, then chances are someone on the other side is trying to get in touch with you. Okay, number 2. The world? Okay, number 2. Unexplained or unexplainable electrical occurrences. Now, if you living in the bricks, your light's just gonna flicker. It is what it is. If you have not performed proper maintenance on your vehicle, that light's gonna come on. Some of y'all just put the black tape over it, the electrical tape over it, so you can't see the check engine light that's been on since doggone 2015. It just is what it is. But if your stuff is up to par and you're still having issues and you've troubleshot, you have called in the professionals, no one can find anything wrong. And here's the kicker: if it is an intermittent problem, if it happens on and off and no one can tell you why, chances are you have someone trying to get in touch with you. It's all energy. We are energy. We're powered by electricity. Once people transition over to the other side, that does not change. It's still an electrical, energetic situation. So one of the easiest ways for them to contact us is by using electricity or electronic items as a medium. Phone shuts on and off randomly. I mentioned lights flickering. That happens easily because it's something that they can readily manipulate, and it also gets our attention, the flickering of lights. That's why they do it at the casino, because it gets our attention. So if it's an intermittent problem, it happens on and off. It doesn't break your appliance. I'm not talking about broken electronics. I mean things that just glitch on occasion, because they don't want to divert our attention by breaking whatever it is that they're manipulating. They just want to deal with it. So that's number 2, intermittent electrical issues. Number 3, as Hoodoo Dog is here, it seems like I'm always fussing at him because he's always bothering me when I'm trying to talk to y'all. And Sunshine and Turbo, my other ferret, are in their cage over there making noise. But anyway, and it's funny because number three is unexplained animal or nature phenomenon. If you have a dog or a cat, you know when they're acting a little cattywampus. You know. For me, Hoodoo Dog is clingy. He walks wherever I go. If I go to the bathroom, he goes to the bathroom. If I go to the bedroom, he goes to the bedroom. If I go outside, he goes outside. Even when it's hot and I'm like, dummy, go inside. But he won't. He wants to be around me. He's also fairly friendly. Hoodoo Dog is pretty much a quiet dog. He'll bark at other dogs or something that, just some person. If he's in the car and somebody walks by, sometimes he'll growl. But for the most part, he's a quiet dog. So when I notice him being exceptionally vocal and there's no apparent cause, then I know there's spirit afoot. Funny story, last night I was, just in the living room, logged on to Keen.com, doing readings. Y'all get your free minutes. Come follow me on Keen. Go to KEEN.com. Search Papaloo. You'll see my black and white logo. And they have like some free minute offers on there. So, shoot, come holler at your boy. But I was there and I just happened to glance down the hallway. Now, there's a door at the end of my hallway. And the door just closed. Boom. And, running the AC. And we know sometimes, depending on how your house is built, sometimes when the AC comes on, it'll create suction or create a vacuum and it'll close doors or something like that. That's not what happened. Because of the heat, the AC doesn't shut off. It just constantly is running. So it wasn't a suction thing. I went and checked it out. And I'm opening the door and I'm trying to kind of close it a little bit to see if I could recreate what happened. Trying to debunk it, kind of. And it didn't happen. So I'm like, okay. It's a spirit. No worries. Fast forward later on last night, I'm laying down to go to sleep, and Hoodoo Dog, he was laying down at the foot of the bed on the floor and on his bed, and he growled. For no reason. He growled. Or I thought it was him growling, because funny thing, I could see his face, and there was no snarl or anything. I just heard a very low guttural growl. So either it came from him or it didn't, which is another issue. But anyway, that's out of the ordinary for him, just to just growl and we're laying down going to bed. It wasn't a sleep growl because he was awake. He just growled at something. And it wasn't a deer because we were in the house. So, unexplained animal phenomenon. Sometimes my cat Lulu will track something across the room, and I didn't even tell y'all what I was doing. Y'all probably think I'm crazy. But if you own a cat, sometimes they'll do this. If your cat does this, they're looking at a spirit. She'll just be sitting there, and then you see her looking. And it's like she's following something. She is. Unexplained animal or natural phenomenon. Another thing that you'll see a lot of times, especially in the summertime, are just out of nowhere swarms of gnats or other little small bugs forming like a ball or like a pattern. These bugs, they're really light. And since they're really light, they can, just blow on them. And a lot of times they will form them into balls in order to get your attention, to draw your eyes. Okay, so if you see that is another possible spiritual phenomenon, manifestation, or sign that they are trying to get your attention. Number four is kind of subjective. You got to really know your body, because a lot of times you will experience, we spoke before about temperature fluctuations as a sign that you're spiritually connected. The entities, ancestors, spirits on the other side can use this as a means of communication. For instance, it's 4 degrees hotter than hell outside. So if you are absolutely freezing and you're not sick, okay, you're not sick, but you get a cold snap, a feeling of cold, a chill, a tingle, like cold running up your spine, goosebumps, things like that. Someone's trying to get your attention. The inverse is also true. And remember, the caveat is you're not sick or getting sick. If you work in a warehouse or somewhere where it's always cold, buffets are always cold. The all you can eat places, they're always cold. I think they try to freeze you out. Have y'all ever noticed that? You go to a buffet and it's either super hot or it's super cold. They trying to get you up out of there before you break the bank eating up all the shrimp. That's what they're doing. But in a place that is cold, you're inexplicably hot. And it's not your normal hot flash or cold or hot whatever. You are just all of a sudden hot. Take heed. What are you doing? What were you thinking about? What were you about to do? Because someone is trying to get your attention, possibly about that. And number 5 are what I call the little nasties, and spirits hate when I call them little nasties, but that's just what they are. And I'm not talking about the little occurrences like your transmission or stuff like that. No. The little nasties when it comes to spiritual communication are the shadow people. The little, I used to have a little ghost puppy at where I used to live. There was like a little ghost puppy that would run around the corner of your eye. It was about puppy size, and it just run around. The whew, out of the corner of your eye, those things. Or the ones that I hate the most, the little touches. I hate the little touches. I had a lot of that happening yesterday. Maybe that coincided. There we go. To the door slamming. Well, shutting, not slamming. And then Hoodoo Dog growling. The little touches. Now, I'm a hairy person. You see, I've got hair all on my arm. And I've got these super long eyebrow hairs. But it's always the little soft brush on your eyebrow or your eyelash. Or like on your ear, like someone just barely touching you, and it feels like you're walking through spider webs, and I just hate it. But I know, and I should have known yesterday, and maybe that's why I need to do this video, to remind myself, physician, heal thyself. But yeah, the little nasties. When you have that going on, and you done took a bath, so it's not because you're dirty. You've showered. And you've lotioned, because sometimes when your skin dries out, it'll do that. But no, that happens, and you know, like, oh, man, somebody's trying to get in touch with you. Somebody's trying to get in touch with you. So, take heed. Now, if you have these things going on, it's not just that someone wants to have a conversation. There's a reason behind it. So take heed to what it is you're thinking, what it is you're planning. Are you planning a trip? Are you planning on going over to your baby daddy house when you know you shouldn't be going? Or whatever, because someone is trying to get a message and they're expending a lot of energy to do so, because it's not easy. Just like it's not easy for us to punch through to their side, it's not easy for them to punch through over here, and someone thinks you're worth it and they're spending that amount of energy. Okay? All right, guys. Hopefully you got some worth or some value out of this video. Please hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe, share the video, and run them donations. Y'all see this up here? Send me a Cash App. Wait, hold on. Let me be weirdly spiritual. Those who send a Cash App, I guarantee you, your rewards will be spectacular. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, and see you in the next video. Profit out.